Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, The Crazy Mom, and today I have felt like it. So I do most days, but today I thought I would just kind of touch up on a subject that I know I might get questions about, and I totally can understand the questions, and I'll get around to that. I thought my next video was going to be Winter's room makeover, kind of bless you DIY stuff. But I'm waiting for my camera. It's supposed to be here today. Today's Friday. So I'll probably post this on Tuesday. And then maybe it'll give me a chance to learn my editing skills. Because I really want to make that video like decent quality and kind of work with the camera and work with the computer. And that'll give me a little more time to do so. So in this video, I thought I would talk about Diesel, and he is kind of fussing over here, so I'm going to go grab him, and I'll kind of introduce you to him. He's my youngest, and kind of talk to you about his birth defect, which I hate calling it that, but I feel like that is pretty much the scientific term, for his cleft lip. I know the doorbell is probably going to ring, and the FedEx man is probably going to deliver my camera right as I'm doing this, but that's okay. It'll help me with my editing. So let me grab Diesel. So this is Diesel. What do you see? He's looking. I have pictures of birds. I have pictures of birds up there. And he's smiling at them. He is such a happy baby. He is so much happier than Winter was. She just was, she wasn't unhappy. She was just very content. But he's a smiley boy. Oh, he's just my heart. Both of my kids are. So as you can see, I'll try to show you my best because he's still a little wobbly, and with my hand, we're working with several things here. You can see he has a very minor cleft lip. His is called a, here, let's get you kind of comfortable, bud. His is called a unilateral incomplete cleft lip. Now there's a difference between a cleft palate and a cleft lip. A cleft palate to me is probably a more difficult birth defect to deal with because it's actually up in the palate of your mouth. That can affect a lot of feeding, several surgeries because your cleft grows, your palate grows as you grow or your baby grows. So that can be a lineup of several surgeries. However, his surgery so far, what we know of, is it'll just be one surgery to repair his lip. And so it should be one surgery, and I am going to be very honest. I'm really nervous for it because I'm very used to seeing him how he is now, and I think he's perfect. But I know for many reasons it'll make his life easier, and in the future he could have issues with his lip, but so that'll just prevent that. He also has a small skin tag on his ear, which I think I can maybe show you. I'll try and insert some pictures if not. It's just on this little, you can't even see it. It's just a little tiny skin tag, so they're just gonna remove that, which is pretty much nothing. It kind of looks like a little earring. So yeah, that is just kind of about what is going on right now with him. Now, as back history, after we had Winter, our daughter, she is 22 months old, we knew we wanted to have our kids very close in age. So I got pregnant with him when Winter was 11 months old. And it was a really hard pregnancy. I just felt horrible the whole time. And what's really weird is when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was convinced she was going to have a cleft lip. I didn't even understand the difference between a cleft lip and a cleft palate. But I was just convinced she's going to have a cleft lip. And I have no idea why. Doesn't run in our family. Maybe because some of the medication I have to take. Although, talking to my doctor, that wasn't one of the worries of those medications. So anyway, but she was born not with a cleft lip. And so this pregnancy, I really didn't worry that much about that. I was a lot more relaxed, and I felt so horrible that I just didn't have time to worry. And then I went in for an ultrasound at 37 weeks, like a growth ultrasound, and my amniotic fluid was pretty high, and the doctor was not completely comfortable with that, and he also saw that Diesel's stomach or abdomen was enlarged, and that it looked like he could possibly have an intestinal blockage. So, of course, hello, like, that really freaked me out. And I was sent to a hospital about an hour away because the hospital I was going to deliver at doesn't have a NICU. And we did a hospital tour and we did learn that, but so far everything was going great in the pregnancy and all of his scans had showed up perfectly. We didn't know he had a cleft lip. No, he didn't. We didn't know he had a cleft lip during any of the ultrasounds, obviously, because it is pretty minor. I think it just didn't show up. So I had a C-section at 39 weeks, and they said even if he had a intestinal blockage, he would be fine to go the 2 weeks, which I was like, he might be fine, but I'm going crazy. So it was pretty up and down emotionally for me. I was terrified because they give you like a list of all the possible things. Like I think there was a 25% chance he could have had Down syndrome, and a lot of other scary, kind of scary side effects that you just don't. It wasn't so much like for me; it was for him. I can remember just bawling on the way back from because I saw the doctor a lot in those last 2 weeks, and just bawling like I would worry because another one of the syndromes, I can't remember the name of it now. It's one I never heard of and it's not very common, but I just felt like, well, you never know. That could be us. Like we could be that 3% or something. Was where they really couldn't take care of themselves. Like individual, like alone, I guess. Like they would need someone to help them. And I just can remember crying to Lawrence and saying, who's going to take care of him when we're not here? And he kept saying, well, we have Winter and she'll take care of her brother. And I just felt so guilty because Winter didn't ask to have a brother, like she didn't ask to want to take care of her brother. So anyway, it was just super emotional. And when he was born, the first thing I saw was his cleft lip. And I just thought, oh my gosh, like I am being completely honest with you, it kind of freaked me out. And because of his possible abdominal issues, they had to take him straight to the NICU to get x-rays done, an ultrasound done on his abdomen. And so I didn't get to really like hold him. Lawrence didn't really get to hold him. They pretty much just kind of held him up and then took him away. And I just, since I had a C-section, I was just laying there like, I, I was speechless. I really was. And it wasn't a good speechless. It wasn't a bad speechless. I was just like, I don't know what to do. So after I went to recovery and I can't really, bless you. I think they brought him in. No, they took me to go see him. Lawrence was able to go see him. He was in the NICU only for about maybe like 6 hours. So Lawrence took pictures and brought him back to me, and I have to say, I did think he was pretty darn cute. So I'm going to try to insert some pictures here of when he was in the NICU and just some of the first pictures I saw of him that I would really like to share with y'all. Um, but, I'm not going to lie, the first 24 to 36 hours, I went through all kinds of things to being, I was very self-conscious about him and posting pictures of him like on Facebook or even sending pictures of him to our family because I didn't want to get any harsh or rude comments about it. I had extreme guilt that it's my fault. I still get that sometimes. Like last night was a really hard night for me and I just felt so incredibly guilty. And that could make me cry right now, but I won't. I feel more guilty that, he's going to have surgery and he's just so young. And I know hopefully, he's not going to remember this. And I just hope that he can have a perfectly normal, whatever normal is, but a perfectly normal life. Oh, and, he has done really well. He's had no issues eating or feeding. He is, like I said, you saw, he's a very happy baby. Winter is a pretty good big sister. She's shocked me. I really thought she was going to be quite rough with him and a little cheeky, but she's not. And I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to say. So that is pretty much it. Oh, and what I also learned we had some genetic counseling at his Cleft team appointment. And I just talked to some of my doctors because I think they could tell I was having a really hard time with this, and it was like, oh, his abdominal stuff turned out to be nothing. It was like just gas or something. So they had really freaked me out for no reason. My amniotic fluid, the percentage is in about 50% of cases they have no idea why it happens. So it was nothing that I did. It just happened sometimes. It was just coincidence. And so the only thing he had, oh, I'm sorry. The only thing that he had wrong with him, which I even hate to use that word, is his lip. And it was just, that's just like a fluke. And, the doctors told me that a cleft lip or palate forms within the first, 6 weeks of pregnancy. So a lot of women, they don't even know they're pregnant yet. So if you have any questions about his cleft lip or that situation, I would be more than happy to answer it, because I know I had a lot of questions and uncertainties, and I had never known anyone really or experienced it. So it was hard. It's been a little hard sometimes, but he has also just been the love of my life. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I think that just about covers it. I'll try and include some pictures so you can see him a little bit better, and I'll put my Instagram link below. So I post a lot of pictures of my kids. So have a good weekend, or actually I'll probably post this on Tuesday. I'm sorry, he's getting fussy. He might be hungry. So anyway, I will see you later with Winter's new bedroom.